Hey guys, so I'm here today in the forest to show you what I have packed in my bug out bag. Now a bug out bag is essential for when society collapses, so I've decided I'm going to show you the contents of my bag in a more secure location as I feel a bit vulnerable right now out in the open. So first of all I'm going to look at clothing. So you've got to have yourself a good pair of boots, and I personally never take off my shoes. Even when I'm sleeping, I feel uncomfortable without shoes on because the blink of an eye, I might need to rush out. And if you have shoes, straight out the door. If not, that's 5 minutes of time wasted. So shoes, 100%. Camo, black, dark clothes. Look, when you're going to the shops, when the collapse has happened, the food is going to go quickly. And I believe that beans and tinned foods are what you need, especially because people won't get them as much, so it's good to keep them for yourself. Also, I find that if you bring a couple of cans, when you finish them, you can tie them together, use it as a microphone, you know, between tents and all that, so that's very good. Even though I work on my own, I'm a lone wolf, it is good to have these kind of facilities just in case. And then looking at weaponry. So what I like to bring is this little pocket-sized knife. I bring this with me everywhere. I've got one in my bug out bag, one that I bring around with me everywhere, and a torch, just like a little handheld torch. So what I like to do is, what I like to imagine when I practice, go like this, torch out, knife out, like that. This just, you got to keep the reflexes going at all times. It's very important your reflexes are in check because you don't know what kind of creatures could be out there. And speaking of creatures and animals, I like to bring a good hammer. Everyone has different types of, you know, weaponry that they like to bring, but a hammer I think is a good swing to it. And you know, when looking at like people, thieves, you know, when it comes to these apocalyptic times, it's every man for himself and you need something to protect yourself with. So that's what I like to bring. And then a compass. Now this is a very complex army level compass and I'm not 100% sure actually how to use it, but you know, it's got the compass thing. You look through here. And then, moving on, when you're in the wilderness, fire. You need to be able to start a fire, and I've practiced, you know, moving the sticks together, and I can do that if I have to, but also we've got this lighter. It's not working right now, but that can be fixed. Remember, in your bug out bag, everything needs to be ready, and it needs to be working. This is just a perfect example of a mistake that can be remedied. Now, when in the wilderness, there's always animals around, there's people around, and you need to be able to scare them off. So, what I like to bring is, I like to bring a whistle. So, if there's anyone, if you can hear cracks in the bushes, twigs, that kind of thing, from the streets, you know, the streets are deserted, just to let people know you're coming. Also, I've got a bell, which you just ring. You can tie it to a string outside your tent if someone tries to get in. A length of rope. Now, I know this seems heavy, but when everything's packed in the bag, the rope goes over your shoulder like this. Keep it here. And this is just basically, think you need to climb a tree. You need to tie something up, tie someone up. You need to, anything. Rope is very important. And I've been practicing speed climbing, climbing trees and all that for weeks now, so I think I'm quite proficient with climbing. So that rope goes with me everywhere. I also have some forms of disguise. So when you're in a sticky situation, when you're trying to hide, I have this. So you pull this closed, just enough space for you to see out of, which means when you're in the bushes, if you go down like this, no one can see you. I try and wear it as often as possible to get used to it. Yeah, and then also I have this. Let me take my glasses off for this. This is a balaclava, which I put on like this, and this means that I can breathe, I can see, but it covers my face. If I need to raid someone's camp, if I need to just stay anonymous. In these times you never know, there could be an alien invasion and maybe they can judge you by your face. So we have this, and you can even double up. You can put your hat on with this, you can put your glasses on with this, and it works pretty well. So I wouldn't worry about that for anyone that's worrying. So we can take that off. A packet of Dreamies. Now I've heard in the prepper community, Dreamies is a big thing. It's very nutritious, like it says, no artificial flavours, delicious taste. And I know it is for cats, but it's a small treat, and when the shelves are empty, when the supermarket's empty, these won't be gone. And then also catching prey and things like that, I've got this. It's like a little toy, a couple little toys. If you put this out in front of you, mice and things come in, and then you dig a ditch, they fall in, there you go. It's a snack, it's what you eat. So guys, I hope I've inspired you to start preparing yourself for the end of the world, getting your bag ready, getting everything sorted, and I want you to remember, stay prepared so you don't have to get prepared.